Hello, hello. I am back to help you do this thing called life. Well, I've been praying for us, right? And I just want to come back again and share some of the um, things that God has shared with me, some of the things that I've experienced, in hopes that it will help you along your journey. So, today, I really want to talk to you about cycles and seasons and every one of us has a cycle. Or cycles. We have times when old struggles kind of come up, where it may be a season of depression, or it could be a season of anxiety, frustration. It may, you might be in a season of sexual struggle. Whatever it is, there are certain times when things come up. And I just wanted to encourage you to make sure that you don't allow someone else's cycle to pull you into one, because we all have our own. And I believe if you can hang on through your own, that's enough fight. You don't have to engage in or be pulled into a storm because someone else is experiencing one. And it takes being able to separate yourself, even if you can't fully separate yourself physically, because it may be a member of your family, it may be somebody that you work with. So you may not be able to separate yourself completely physically, but you're going to have to be able to stand your own ground and make some mental decisions, some emotional decisions about not being sucked into the storm. You think about, when I talk about cycles, I mean, there's the year is a cycle, the 24-hour period is a cycle, 7 days a week is a cycle. It's something where Monday is going to come around every week. We're going to have a Monday. We're going to have 2:15 p.m. every day. Okay? So there are things that in our lives now, it's really good when you can figure out when your cycles are. If you can stop and just begin to connect the dots and figure out when your cycle is, it will help you so much. I know that there are certain months that over the years, for no particular reason, they've been difficult, but I saw the pattern. And once I saw the pattern, I knew to kind of put myself on high alert, to be careful during that time, to get my strength up before those months came in, because I knew the enemy's pattern and his tactics to get me. And he may try to flip it or start it a little early or whatever, but I've always tried to just, since I figured it out, I've tried to position myself so that I wouldn't be thrown off. So like I'm saying, you have your own struggles, your own seasons. However, you have to be very careful not to allow other people's to pull you in. So think about, you could be having a great day, in a great mood, and somebody walks in the room and they're angry. They're frustrated. And before you know it, if you're not careful, that anger or frustration jumps on you, and you find yourself acting out when you were absolutely fine before. So I want you to think about that, and then take that, and let's just talk about it being a cycle. I'm going to give an example. So a few years ago, there was a friend of mine who was going through something, and I didn't know that they were going through it at the time, but my friend was going through some issues of their own, and it would cause them to miss engagements that we had, to miss times that we were supposed to spend together, right? I didn't know what was going on with him. All I knew was it left me feeling abandoned or rejected. And I mean, it was really throwing me in a place. And I was like, what in the world is happening? And then I realized that they were in a season. They were going through some issues that they didn't feel completely at liberty to talk about. But because I didn't realize that that was his own personal storm, I allowed myself to get sucked into the storm also. And it had nothing to do with me, but it affected me. But that's a time when you have to just stand, as my mom could say, flat footed and hold your ground. You've got to realize when it's your fight and when it's someone else's fight. And it could be your boss, it could be a coworker, it could be your husband or your wife or your child or whomever. But when you realize, when you feel yourself reacting, stop a minute. Stop a minute and evaluate. Really let yourself know this isn't mine. So I'm not going to take it. You will have enough battles of your own. So don't take on someone else's. Don't be sucked into someone else's storm. Don't jump in somebody else's spin cycle. Don't allow yourself to go down a road because someone else is on that road at that time. You can be there for them. You can do, what you can to assist them. But when you find that helping them is hurting you, it's time to make decisions. Okay? Well, this has been One Moment with Marcy. I'll be back tomorrow with another moment of momentum producing inspiration. Until then, stay encouraged. And remember, you got to flutter before you can fly. But flying is in your future. I love you.